It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 take, go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Any more questions for right up here, Dustin? Got a mic coming.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Mark, next year will be your third different team in 4 years. Obviously, your reputation will precede you to those organizations, but what are the things that you have to do as a driver or leader to get your team to buy into you? Certainly, what we see with other teams, that when driver changes happen, sometimes they don't always work well. And Jeff Burton was talking earlier. He said sometimes the teams don't buy into the drivers. What are things that you have to do? What have you done in the past to kind of sell yourself to some degree? You probably don't have to work as hard maybe as some other guys, but what are the things you feel like you have to do?
Well, I've been really, really, really fortunate. After leaving Roush's, I was in at a point in my career where it was, as everybody knows, that was about it for me. So the opportunity to go do the thing again was actually very exciting to me, and unfortunately it didn't last, but it was a very exciting opportunity. They pursued me and were very, very excited. Ryan and all those guys were really excited to have me, and so that made it really fun. The same thing, I felt enthusiasm from DEI going over there, and didn't realize that until December that it was going to be Tony and those guys instead of Ryan and those guys that I was going to be driving for. Now, I want to give Tony Gibson incredible credit. I think, Tony has had such a wonderful attitude. I don't think it's anything specific to me, because he embraced Eric with the same kind of enthusiasm that he embraced me coming over there and all those guys. So I felt a very warm welcome there, and the same thing goes. I mean, I don't mean to overplay it, but Rick pursued me. I had no intention of doing this. Rick pursued this, with a good bit of enthusiasm, and I didn't say yes, the first two times. So I said no. So Alan and those guys drove that decision. That decision that Rick made, from what I understand, was based on first the drivers. His three drivers said, that's the guy if you can get. And Alan has been a fan of mine since I guess he was a kid, and I don't know why he doesn't think that I'm too old to do this now, but I guess it's because Tony Gibson and DEI have put me in such great race cars. And that's one thing you got to remember now. Had they not given me the race cars that they gave me this year, I don't know if I would have been asked to do this. So, I want to give a lot of credit to Dale Earnhardt Incorporated and Tony Gibson, because they've been wonderful, just as the 01 was. We ran great in the 01 too, and both I've been very fortunate that they gave me, as good a race cars as I've ever driven. So, with that whole explanation, I still drive for different teams all the time, but it's usually nationwide or truck teams or whatever. I have had a lot of success going and driving for those guys. I try to integrate with them. They always give me respect, and I always give them respect. Even though I don't know them, I always meet them with the same kind of respect they do me. And I think that means a lot to them. But I have driven for teams that didn't want me. And that is the most miserable I've ever been in my life. Now, that was a long time ago. It hasn't been in the modern era, but that was in the mid-'80s. And I went over and drove for some cup teams and some other, Bush team and stuff. I've done some stuff where, I haven't been received with the same kind of enthusiasm. And boy, that's a miserable situation to be in. And I feel sorry for anybody that's, in a situation like that. And they do exist in the garage right now. So I count my blessings. I hadn't been a part of that in over 20 years.
Any more questions for Mark? Terry?
Terry Blaney, ESPN.com. Mark, could they just not work out all the details to do the thing at Homestead, or did you just decide you didn't want to do it? You just wanted to take that weekend off? Or?
Well, I didn't make any decisions. I just I made myself available. Organized my schedule so that I would be available without changing any of my commitments with Eleanor. Yeah, I set it all up so that I could fulfill my commitments with Eleanor Incorporated and still be available for that race. But it didn't work out on the other side for Casey to be in what he really wanted to be in. Really, Casey's going to drive the 07 team, and the 07 team's in the chase, and the details of working it out so that the seat was vacant didn't quite line up on that side of it. So.
Any more questions for Mark? If not, Mark and Bill, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.